Well, welcome back, guys. So, as you can tell, we got some stuff to talk about here. Obviously, I went ahead and did a thing today, and this kind of came out of nowhere, to be honest. So, let's go ahead. Let's jump in the truck, and we'll go ahead. We'll talk about it. All right, guys. So let me kind of lay out the whole story of how this happened here. So, I think like anybody, at least myself, I don't know about any of you guys, but I'm assuming there's quite a few people out there that do this too. I love watching all the truck reviews. Honestly, I really like all the brands for a lot of different reasons. I've always been, Ram guy number one. Ford would be my second favorite normally. And then GMC and Chevy were like my third and fourth favorite. I've always liked Ram the most. Just who I am. Can't help it. Can't explain it why. But I really like watching truck reviews and stuff. I love going on Auto Trader and all that stuff. And just looking around and seeing what's available in the area just for fun. It kills time here and there. I get bored at work when I got nothing to do. So, and I'm an airline pilot, so when I have nothing to do, I literally am just sitting in the airport, so don't think I'm just slacking off at work, okay? So I got bored, I'm looking around, and ever since the 2024 GMC and Chevys came out with their pretty substantial update, I was like, I've that's the first time I've been like, man, that's a nice truck. Like, I'm pretty impressed. And obviously Ford came out with their new product, pretty much, all within the past, it's been less than a year. It's been 6 months, 8 months, maybe not even. I don't know, whatever. Whenever those came out, obviously everybody else has been coming out with new products and Ram hasn't. So my eye got really caught by the GMC Denali Ultimate. So I ended up finding one on Auto Trader, actually, just around the block. And I called, and truck was sold, unfortunately. But I was like, it's okay, whatever. I was gonna go try and check it out, but salesman offered. He's like, hey, well, we do have a 3500 dually Denali, not an Ultimate, just a Denali. And I'm like, I was just looking to see the Ultimate. I don't want to waste your time. About 10-15 minutes later, I'm like, you know what? I got nothing going on today. I've always got something to do, but I'm like, I'm taking the day off. I'm like, ask my girlfriend, I'm like, you want to go check it out? Like, what the hell? Why not? Right? I've wanted to drive one. So we went and test drove that truck, and to say that my mind was blown was an understatement. Now I had not so seriously been thinking about getting a new truck. If you guys are returning viewers to the channel, you'll know that I had a 2023 Ram 3500 on order. I haven't been crazy detailed with the story of that, but it kind of fell apart. I did not take delivery of that truck. There was a lot more stuff going on than just the value of this truck falling through the roof or falling through the floor. So a lot of dealer issues and stuff. I just backed out. But I had been, that was about a year ago. And ever since, I guess maybe the past month, I've been thinking like maybe I should get another truck on order because this truck is depreciating pretty quick. And it's before it's worth nothing. I was like, yeah, maybe I should, I need a 3500 eventually, no matter what. Not necessarily a dually, but just a 3500. I should have a 3500 for what I'm towing, with my 40-foot race trailer. So I'm like, not so seriously. I'm thinking about getting a 3500. I Ram really isn't doing it for me right now. I was like, I'll just wait till Ram comes out with a new truck. I just want to see what they do. But the 2024 is rolled out. Nothing. There's not even anybody getting spy shots or whispers and rumors of anything going on for maybe something coming in 2025. And there's always something. When there's something that's going to happen, you've always got something that you're hearing about for at least a little while. So, with there being not even a single rumor about a new Ram truck coming out, I've kind of just given up on hope with the Rams right now for a little bit. I think they're going to be late to the party. And right now they can't even sell any trucks. So I was like, I don't really want to do a Ram right now. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go test drive this Denali 3500. And like I said, my mind was absolutely blown. Enough so that I ordered a new truck today, right? So let's kind of dive into what I ordered first, and then I'll continue the story of why I'm switching from Ram to GMC. Because for me, to change my mind off of thinking that Ram isn't the best, I'm always like, oh, Ram's the best. I like the Ram the most. This is why, To me, you're never going to be, nothing's going to be better than a Ram right now, blah, blah, blah. Like, takes a lot. I'm going to admit that I'm a little bit stubborn when it comes to that stuff. It takes a lot for me to switch opinions like that. So to be persuaded like that, that might say something. So anyway, so what I went ahead and ordered, I'll try and put some screenshots up on here or whatnot. But it's pretty easy to explain because the Denali Ultimate is basically just pick your color, pick your wheels. So I went ahead and ordered a GMC Sierra 3500 Denali Ultimate crew cab short bed, which I was really thinking about doing a long bed, but the short bed is so much longer on that truck. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to roll with the short bed. It's almost 7 feet long. It's almost a long bed. It's certainly got a lot of length on this 6'4". It's like way bigger. So Denali Ultimate 3500 obviously was a Duramax and titanium rush, and the only options really were just fifth wheel gooseneck package. Guys, to be honest, that was pretty much it. The truck's fully loaded as it comes. You don't have to really do anything. I went with the standard wheels it comes with. I was this close. I was so close to getting a dually. I just don't want to. It's more money to buy. It's more money in tires. It's more money on fuel. Granted, the one thing I do love about the dually is it's a 342 gear still in the back and a 342 in the single rear wheel. So it doesn't matter. I think that's awesome. But yeah, I don't know. I just couldn't get myself to do the dually thing this time around. But anyway, that's what we ordered. So really there's, I can't go through a whole build sheet because guys, a Denali Ultimate is built the way it's built. And you basically, like I said, pick a color. So why was I so impressed? Why am I switching from GMC or from Ram to GMC? I'm sorry. Guys, as soon as I got in that truck, the first thing was, oh my God, these seats are so comfortable. And one caveat too, I did get to look at the truck that was sold, the 3500 Denali Ultimate. Even though it was sold, it was still there. I got to look at it. I got to open it up and take a good look at everything. And then the dually was the one that I test drove. So, I didn't get to test drive the Denali Ultimate, but I did get to look into it, feel everything and all that. So, I did get to do both. But immediately when I jumped into the truck to drive it on the test drive, oh my goodness, the cab is, everything about the inside of the cab is better, guys. The infotainment structure, I much prefer. The way that they did their dash and their center console setup was just really fantastic, really ergonomic. The biggest thing though is, my God, are those seats comfortable. Like, as soon as I got back into my truck after driving the GMC, I was like, oh my God, like these seats suck. I always thought that these were a really good step up from what I had before. I always thought, like, man, this is so comfortable. This is the greatest thing ever. This truck is so comfortable. No. The GMC guys, the seats are, it's substantial. Dollar for dollar, these trucks are all expensive. They're all about $100,000. Ram now thinks that a 3500 limited or limited Longhorn is maybe about $110,000. Anyway, they're all expensive. By far the most comfortable seats I've ever sat in a vehicle. In the cab, not only does the cab feel like it's about maybe 2-3 inches taller with more headroom, it feels substantially wider. Courtney and I, my girlfriend, when we got back in my truck, we looked at each other and we were just like, oh my God, like the cab, we feel like we are smashed together in this cab when we're in this truck now in the Ram compared to the GMC. The GMC is way wider. The ergonomics of where your arms go with the center console setup and the armrests and everything, it's just so much more ergonomic. At least for me, it is, right? To each their own. Everybody's body's different and everything. So, you might be 6'6". Boy, if you're 6'6", you're really going to appreciate the GMC because there's way more space. But, everybody's different. So maybe some people think the Ram is more comfortable than the GMC, and that's fine. For me, I think it's night and day. It's not even close. The first thing I thought when I sat in that cab, started driving around was, oh my God, I do a lot of driving, guys. I mean, a lot of driving. You guys know that, I use my truck, when I strap a trailer behind it, it normally means we're going somewhere. I mean, the short end is an hour, but there's a lot of 3 hour, 9 hour, 10 hour. Next year, I mean, Florida, 16 hours. We did that nonstop last year. I spend a lot of time in this seat. That right there was like one of the biggest things that sold me. Then we took off out of there. And oh my goodness, the ride quality on a dually blew me away. If a dually can ride that good, I've never ridden in a truck that drove that nice. I didn't really do anything with like getting on the power, so I don't really want to touch on, like how the power felt. The truck was brand new. I really didn't get on it. It wasn't my truck. I wanted to be respectful. The transmission felt great. I will say that. But the overall, the way the truck drove, the way it was composed, how smooth it was, how quiet the cab was, man, there was just no comparison. I mean, there's pretty much every item that you could think of, as far as interior design, interior comfort, materials, and fit and finish. It was all better. The new Denali Ultimate interior is absolutely stunning. I certainly don't think I've ever sat in or been in a truck with an interior that nice. And I mean, I always think, and I still think that Ram's got a better interior than Ford. You can't change my mind about that one, at least. I think the Ford Limited, it's just all gray plastic. It looks like an XLT. It looks like I had an 06 F350 XL base model, like with the big giant bench seat. And the door panels looked like they were the same plastic as my base model 2006 F350, guys. So, not that, and again, I still like the Ford trucks. I just don't think their interiors are quite as nice. I think that motor and everything that they're doing, that's a monster. But still, GMC's got it. GMC's got the interior game now. When Ram came out with the 5th gen, they had it. And it's falling out of their fingers right now. Actually, it's not falling out of their fingers. Actually, they're a mile ahead of Ram right now, as far as I'm concerned. Ergonomically and fit and finish materials and everything. It's just stunningly beautiful. So, yeah, guys, it wasn't a long test drive. It's kind of cold and nasty out here in Ohio now. So that was there was enough going on there to sell me over, and so I went ahead and I took the plunge. I guess talking about the outside of the truck too, guys, the longer bed for me, that's a win. Having the bikes in the back, I should be able to close the tailgate with the bikes in the back of the truck now. When I don't want to take my 40-foot race trailer to take the bikes to the dealership if I need to for any reasons. So externally, I think the truck is beautiful. I think they really nailed the styling with the Denali Ultimate. The interior and the cab size and the comfort absolutely won me over. And I mean, you can't talk about it. It's hard to ignore the fact that that truck is making over 100 horsepower or 100 horsepower more than this truck, and 125 pound-feet of torque more. I mean, it's not a small amount, guys. I watched some dyno videos, and it's basically a 30% increase in horsepower to the rear wheel and 25% increase in torque to the rear wheels. So you're going to notice that. The only thing I'm concerned about, and I'm going into it with the full expectation so that I don't have any gripes about it, or at least I refrain from complaining about it, is the exhaust brake, because I know it's not going to be as good as this truck, and that's okay. I'm going to have to just accept that. If that's the only thing where I'm like, yeah, I don't like this, so be it. Everything else is better right now. So, until Ram comes out with a 6th gen, guys, I'm going to go Team GMC. So, obviously, I'm going to have a lot of videos to come. I don't even know how long this video is going to be, but I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me yapping. I'm sure I'll be making more videos about my plans for the GMC, what I want to do with it, and all that good stuff. But for now, that's about it, guys. We're going to have a GMC. It's probably going to take a while. It's probably going to take 8-9 months, I would guess. Somewhere around there. I'm not in a rush. I'll survive. I got a really, really amazing truck still to drive around. I still love this truck. It's a good truck. I enjoy driving around, and this truck definitely is kind of my style. So I'm still happy, and I'm happy to wait. But until then, let's start the clock. Let's get ourselves a GMC. And God, I never thought I would ever say that. I always said I would only drive a Ram. So here we are, guys. So that's about it. That's the exciting news. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.